Hello everyone, I am back again today with another look using the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. So today I'm going to be using like this area of the palette and getting in more of like those corally peachy pinks. And this is going to be a very springtime look, although the weather is giving us absolutely no indication that we should be thinking about spring because it is snowing really hard here. I couldn't even make it to the gym today, so I did yoga in my living room. But that's okay. So I'm just going to kind of jump right into it. I'm going to prime my eyes using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is not too exciting, but still necessary. It is very important that you do something to prime your eyes, whether you use an actual eye primer or any concealer of your choice. Just make sure it doesn't crease or get like super cakey. And also make sure you set it with some kind of a powder. So I'm going to just kind of put that on my eyes. That's going to cover up any of the veins, although I don't have super fair skin. So I don't really have problems with that. But I'm still going to make sure I put something down to set it and make sure that my eyeshadows blend very nicely on top of my eyelids. So I'm, again, just going to go in with this white peach color in the palette, which is just a white eyeshadow. Really, every eye palette should have a color like this that you can just kind of go in and kind of dust over your eye primer to set it. Now, a little story about this eye look that I'm going to do. As you know, if you either know me in person personally or if you have seen any more of my videos, you know that like my normal day job is I work at the Cheesecake Factory. And one day I have this manager at work. Her name's Annette, and one day she came in wearing this really bright like floral top that was very like there was lots of pinks and corals and like subtle greens, and I thought it was just really pretty, and I loved the colors in it, and I immediately got inspired. And it's taken me so long to film this look, but I am now going to do it, and I know exactly what I want to do. So to go in to my crease, I'm going to take this Peaches and Cream color really high up on the crease. And like I have said before, the lighter the color, you kind of want to go light to dark and keep the lighter colors higher up in your crease. And use a fluffy brush, because a fluffy brush is going to put the color a lot higher, whereas a more dense brush is going to really pack it on. So I'm going to take this Peaches and Cream color, which is a matte, very just pale peach shade. It's a perfect transition shade. Every eyeshadow palette should have some kind of transition shade, at least if it's like a full palette and not just like a little quad or like a mini palette. There should be some kind of like transition shade in that palette, and I think that's what this works really well for. And then I'm going to take this Georgia color, which is this matte like baby doll baby pink color, and I'm going to take that a little bit lower in the crease, but it's still kind of a lighter color, so I don't have to be all that precise with it. So I'm just going to kind of take it in the crease and go forward to backwards, kind of making circular motions and in windshield wiper kind of swipes, so that I make sure everything is blended and is nice and blended and there's no harshness whatsoever. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to blend that like such, and then that's going to take care of my crease. And then I am going to take again my Unique Deluxe brush here, and I am going to put this candied peach color down. And there's going to be a lot of layering of shadows in this look, because I want to kind of get the corals and the pinks and the greens to kind of really mix with each other. So again, I'm going to take that and just kind of pop that all over the lid like so. And I'm going to put some shadow on this lid. And then just kind of pack that on. And I'm not going to pack this on too intensely, but I do kind of want to catch my right eye up with my left eye. Because this isn't going to be a really smoky look or anything, so I'm not going to like pack color on. So there's that, and then I'm going to layer this Just Peachy color right here. And, oh wow, I picked up a ton of that. And then I'm just going to kind of layer that on top, and then this is just going to put kind of some of the pink into the eye as opposed to just having it like coral. So again, just kind of pat that from inner corner to outer corner. And then I'm going to pick up some more pigment on my brush and go from outer to inner corner. And this is just going to get everything nice and even. And then I'm going to pick up some more pigment and go from inner to outer, just kind of pouncing like such, because again, you don't want to like swipe the product off your eyelids. You want to make sure that you do get it on and then blend it out. Make sure when you're blending you are very patient, because blending can take a minute, but it is worth it, because you want to get away from all that harshness and get everything to just kind of blend together and look more seamless and more natural. So there is that. And then for my outer V, I'm actually going to take, where's my angled brush? Here's my angled brush. For my outer V, I am going to take this Bless Her Heart color, which is like this green, because I remember there was a lot of, well, not a ton, but there was some green in Annette's shirt, just because, I mean, it's flowers, there's going to have to be some green. And I'm going to mix that with Puree, which I swear I can't do a look with this palette without using Puree. So I'm going to take those two colors and mix them together. And then the Puree color is just going to kind of give it a little bit more warmth, because I tend to like my looks to be more warm. So I'm going to take that and just kind of pop that on the outer V. And then with the angled brush, I'm going to kind of blend that up into the crease. And then I'm going to blend that again with a fluffy brush. And I'm going to take a little bit more pigment and do the other side. I don't want to get a ton of pigment, and I also don't want to put it directly in the crease. I want to put it really on that outer V, so that way I'm not going to have a ton of darkness come up into the crease. I really just kind of want to do this for blending and to make everything kind of fade together nicely. So then I'm going to take my same fluffy brush that I used in the beginning, and I'm going to kind of get all the excess pigment off it, and I'm going to blend from outer to inner corner and just make sure everything is nice and blended together like that. There we go. And that is the eyeshadow look. And now I think I am going to go in with eyeliner, but I'm going to go in with brown eyeliner instead of my normal Kat Von D black eyeliner, because this is a much lighter shadow look, and I want it to be a lot softer in eyeliner, so I don't want like black eyeliner. I want to go in with brown. So I'm going to take my brown Unique eye pencil, and I believe this is in the color Prim. And I'm just going to do the same thing that I would do with my liquid liner and line my top lash line. And when you're working with a pencil, you really want to go in like very kind of short strokes to make everything look more natural, whereas like when you're working with a liquid, you can kind of just do one line. But I'm going to take this and then go on my top lash line. And I don't know if I really got as far into my inner corner as I wanted to. There we go. Alright, so there's the eye look for now. And actually, I think I am going to kind of stamp some shadow on that like I did yesterday. Get some of this black shadow off my definer brush. And I think I'm going to go in with like I'm going to go in with this Charmed I'm Sure color instead of the black. This is more of like just a dark brown. So it'll kind of match the eyeliner that I used. So I'll just kind of go in with some shadow. And this also kind of sets your eyeliner to make sure it doesn't move. And just kind of stamp it across your lash line. Like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. Yeah, very light pouncy stamps, and then make sure you still kind of blend it out. Like such. Alright, so there's my eyeshadow, and I will return to that when I need to fill in my lower lash line. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and do my face. So I'm going to, again, my face routine is going to be very much the same as it has been the last couple videos. I'm going to go in with my Becca Backlighting Primer and just squirt a couple pumps of this on the back of my hand. And I'm going to take it and massage it into my face like that. And then I'm going to massage them in my forehead, go down my nose. And this is going to do a lot to kind of create some radiance in my face and kind of like bring some light to it. And make it not look as dry and matte as in the wintertime. It really can. It's really important to stay on your skincare, especially in the wintertime. And then I'm going to go in again with my Too Faced Born This Way foundation. And I'm just going to take a couple pumps on the back of my hand where that primer was, because I want to kind of mix it a little bit with the primer. And I want to kind of mix it a little bit with the primer and get some of that light infused in the foundation. And then again, I'm going to take some of this cream highlighter by Younique. And I actually really like this stuff for mixing in with foundation and giving just kind of like a radiant glow. So I'm going to take some of that and make like a little cocktail on the back of my hand. And then take my foundation brush and mix everything together. And then just kind of push the product in by kind of pouncing it all over my face. I have a little breakout down on my chin. I think it's just hormonal crap that happens. It's wonderful to be a woman, isn't it? Yeah. Absolutely fantastic. If you're a girl, you know what I'm talking about. If you get breakouts in your chin, that's very likely the cause, and there's nothing you can really do except detox your skin and wait for your hormones to kind of return to normal. So I'm going to take my foundation brush and just kind of push all this product in. Make sure you do your neck and make sure you do your neck to make sure there's no harshness, there's no, like, no harshness, no, what was I going to say? Oh, no, like, line of demarcation that you can sometimes get when you are applying foundation that is not the same color as your neck or as your face. And for me, I am spray tanned right now, so I'm really trying to blend this in so I can make it as natural and seamless and blended as possible. So, take care of that, and now once my foundation's all blended, I'm going to go in with my powder, and this is the Laura Mercier powder. I'm actually not too big a fan of this, but it's all I have right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it, only because this does make my skin extremely matte. If you are oily, this powder is going to be your best friend, but right now I don't have anything else. And I need my bronzers and my blushes to blend together seamlessly, and this powder is going to help do that, even though it will also mattify my skin. So I'm going to tap off so much of the excess, like you can see how much I'm tapping off. And then take this big ol' huge powder brush and just kind of, again, dust this all over the face. The idea being that the rest of the powder products will blend nice and seamlessly, and we will not have any like chunkiness or anything like that. But as you can see, my face is very much more matte than it was. So now I'm going to go in with bronzer, and I'm again going to use my Makeup Forever bronzer. And I'm going to go in with my Morphe R2 brush, and I'm just going to pick up some bronzer and take it across my forehead, like so. And I'm also going to bronze under my chin, just to kind of catch my face up to the color of my body, because again, I am spray tanned, and this is why if you are debating between two foundation colors, get the lighter one, because you can always catch your face up with bronzer, whereas it's harder to take away color if your foundation is too dark. So I'm then gonna take some bronzer and kind of go on my cheeks like that. Again, we're just kind of warming everything up. I'm not really contouring or being too precise with it. Contouring is going to require a different color bronzer, and is going to require you to be much more precise, because when you contour, you are kind of sculpting your face. And to do that requires quite a bit of precision. And I am actually not a huge fan of contouring. Maybe it's because I already have pretty sculpted out cheekbones. But for those of you who want to do it, that's really what all you do is take it from the ear and down to like maybe halfway, and then make sure you blend that line out really, really well. I will see if I can put together a contouring tutorial. I know how to do it, I just often don't. And then I'm going to go in blue blush. This is the NARS Orgasm blush, and it's kind of like this corally, pinky shade with a little bit of gold in it, and I thought it looked really, really pretty with this eye look. So I'm going to take my Morphe E4 blush brush and just kind of sweep that on my cheeks. This blush is extremely pigmented, so you only need to tap your brush like 2 times in order to pick up the amount of pigment that you need for your whole face. And then, I mean, unless you want to have really intense clown cheeks, in which case, I guess, hey, do you. Whatever you want to do. Now I'm going to do the bottom part of my eyes. So I am actually going to go in with white eyeliner. I really like using white eyeliner because it makes your eyes look much more open and makes you look more awake. And I wanted to use a light liner with this look anyway. So I'm just going to take it very lightly on my waterline. Like that. See, it's not too noticeable or all that like pow visible. It's just kind of makes the eyes look a little bit more awake, makes them look a little bit more balanced out. So, there's that. And then I'm going to go in with the palette again and smoke out my lower lash line. Well, it's not going to be too smoky because I didn't really do a dark look, but I am going to mix Candied Peach and Just Peachy together to get my lower lash line shade. And I'm not, again, going to bring this all the way in to the inner corner just because that is going to make my eyes kind of close them a little bit, maybe make it look a little bit too smoky. So I'm instead going to just go kind of from outer corner to inner corner, but not all the way to the inner corner, and make sure you blend very well. And use a very flat brush that will keep the product very like concentrated in one area. This is, like I said, a Mary Kay eyeshadow brush, which I'm not really sure if I would like this for eyeshadow, but I do like it for the lower lash line. So that is what I'm going to use it for. So there's that, and then I have my trusty Younique brow palette, and I'm going to grab my brow brush and fill in my brows. So I'm just going to take some powder and just kind of where they're a little bit scarce, just kind of fill them in like that. And it is really coming down in the snow outside. The roads are going to be fun. It's going to be fun driving to work tonight. Actually, it's really probably not, but okay. So there we go. There's my done eyebrows. And then next I am going to set my face before I do mascara. And then this again is a Tarte Ready Set Radiant Setting Spray. And again, you're going to go in an X and then a capital T. So I'm going to go. And do make sure you close your eyes. You don't want to get setting spray in your eyes, and you also want to set your eye look as well. So, and then that takes care of that. Go in with, again, the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And just kind of blink onto the brush to coat my lashes and make sure I coat the other side like so. Do the other eye. Again, this is a really super intense volumizing mascara. So if you already have thick lashes, or if you're not looking for a lot of volume, opt for a different mascara. You're not going to want this one. If you do want the volume and you want the drama, then you will absolutely love this. And then I'm going to take this and open really wide so I can get my lower lashes. And just kind of stamp that brush on there. And I personally think, I got a little mascara on my hand. I personally think that when you do the lower lashes, it makes the eye look a lot more complete, and it makes your eyes look a lot more open, rather than if you leave them blank. So, again, just kind of stamp this. Okay, got that. Alright. And I was just going to say something. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. And also, when you're using a white eyeliner, especially, it's really important to do your lashes. This goes for a nude colored liner as well, because otherwise, like, the liner can kind of, like, wash out your lashes. So it's really important to coat them and just remind everyone that they're there. So next, I did actually grab a lip color this time. So I am going to go in with MAC Cream Cup, which is like a very like baby pink, like nude, like pinky nude, like purpley pink shade. But I'm going to put a gloss over top of it, which is going to give it more peach. So, just going to kind of put this on. MAC Cream Cup is one of my favorite lipsticks, not even just by MAC, it's just one of my favorites in general. That's probably why you see me use this in a lot of tutorials, because whenever I need a good pink, I'm like, oh, MAC Cream Cup, that'll work. And then this is the Bare Minerals Gloss in Popular, which is like their peachy shade. It's a little bit orangey, so if you have super fair skin, this may not look peach on you, it'll probably look more orange. So I would be careful with either how much you use of this, or with what lip color you wear it with, and what your skin tone is. Make sure you're very mindful of those things. And I'm just going to kind of layer this on top of here. Oh yeah, I like that combination. I wasn't really sure if I was going to like it, but I do. So the goal was to get kind of that peachy pink on the lips as well. Kind of like I have it on the eyes, but not that much similar. So this is the completed look. I hope you like it, and I hope that this series of videos kind of gave you some ideas if you either own the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette or if you're thinking about buying it. These are just kind of my ideas that I came up with. This is by no means all of the looks you can do with it. I mean, everyone is so creative and coming up with looks on their own. So do feel free to be creative, play around with it, see what's there, see what you like, see what works for your skin tone. This is just what worked for me and what I came up with. The last look I'm going to do in my next video is going to be kind of like my no makeup look that I'm going to do if I was going to use this palette for eyeshadow still. So maybe if that's what I had lying around or whatever, I'm going to do that as well. And for that, I'm going to use like BB creams. It's going to be very, very simple. It's not going to be too much at all. But for right now, I think I am finished, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.